Welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at email etiquette. So I will start by dissecting a professional email and telling us, what are the key things that should be in your emails when delivering or writing a professional email. So I have an example here on my screen. On my screen here, I have an email that has a subject and salutation, object, closing, as well as the endpoint. So let's dissect these mail. So when writing your subject, you want to make sure that the subject should not be too long. A simple line is good for a subject, and your subject should be like the summary of what the mail is about. So if you look at my subject, meeting request, project timeline, discussion, anybody that looks at the subject would be able to decode what the message of my email is about. Next, I have my salutation, dear Mr. Johnson. So a good salutation is there, the person's title, then the person's name. So this is a good what? A good salutation for a professional email. Next, let's look at the body of the email. So in the body of the email, you can see that the message was very clear. The message was also very brief. So you do not want the body of your email to be too long. The body of the emails should be very, very brief. So looking at this email, the body of your email should also state clearly what you want the person to do after reading your email. So if you look at this email, the person ended with, oh, if not, please let me know a time that works for you. So looking forward to your response. So this states clearly a good call to action. What exactly do you want people to do after reading your mails should be stated in the mail. And lastly, you end with best regards, one regards. Then you state your name, you state your designation, the company, and all of that. So this is a good example of a professional email. Let's look at common email mistakes to avoid when writing emails. Number one, using informal language. You do not want to be seen as someone that is unprofessional when people read your email. So it is very, very important to ensure that the language you use is a professional language that is acceptable in the work environment. Two, writing long, uncluttered emails without a clear purpose. So the body of your email should state clearly the purpose of that email. So it is very, very important, and your email should not be too long. Brief, stating clearly what you want the person to do after reading your email. Now, lastly, we have forgetting to proofread. This is one mistake many people make, even when they use ChatGPT to help them write their mails. People forget to proofread emails for spelling errors and all of that. So a professional person would proofread the mail again. And next, we have managing email tones and urgency. So things that you should look at when writing professional emails. Number one, avoid all caps. So when you use all caps when writing emails, the recipient would look at you like you are screaming at them. So it is very, very important. Avoid using all caps in your emails. Also use polite languages even when having difficult conversation. So this is where ChatGPT can actually help you. You can type the email, then paste it on GPT and tell GPT to help you channel this email. Oh, you want to be polite. I do not want to sound rude or anything. Yes, I want this thing. I want to pass this message, but I do not want to be rude. So it is very, very important to use polite languages even when having difficult conversation. And lastly, state deadlines and urgency in order to avoid confusions. Only things that should be emphasized should be emboldened. So this is where highlighting certain informations that are key in that mail comes to play. So I could go ahead and just highlight certain part that I want the person to pay attention to when reading my mail. This will help the person to know how urgent and how important that particular information is in the mail. So we have come to the end of this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to be looking at how to handle phone calls and meetings professionally.